A former Isle of Man, Hungarian and Czech Open champion. It's the Badger, Dave Prince. We now introduce a current holder of 8 world ranking titles. He's the twice reigning Winmore World Master and BDO World #1. It's the Bullet, Stephen Bunting!
Thank you very much, Colin. Good afternoon, all. And there is Dave Prince. Big outsider for this one, quoted by the bookies as an 8-1 outsider in a 2-horse race here. 45 years old, from near Hartlepool, lives in the Blackhall area, originally from Peterlee in Durham. And as you've heard, a couple of victories to get to this stage, and improving his averages as he's done so. 80 in the first, 86 in the second, but again Stephen Bunting, the Bullet, 11-1 on favourite and the 5-4 favourite for the title itself. Seeded #1, 28 years old, and as we've already heard, Tony's got that record of success this season, playing with real confidence.
He's had the 18 months from heaven the last year or so. Unbelievable skill, talent. He's actually bringing it to the game now. We always knew he had it as a youth player. It's so nice to see him actually bringing it to the big stages, and exciting times ahead.
Dave Prince, as you see, a left-hander. And here's a little statistic to put in your pipe. Les Wallace and Mark Webster in 1997 and 2008, the only left-handed champions of this BDO World Championship.
The form Bullet's been in this year, I don't think that's going to be added to be honest.
121.
Stephen Bunting, such an affable, easy-going figure, but right on his game here. Settling well with another 140. Looked remarkably relaxed in the practice lounge beforehand.
That's what confidence does for you. Winning tournaments, being the one-ranked player. Let's see if Dave can follow this in again.
This would be nice. Oh, by fractions, just the wrong side of the wire. Just brushed the barrel as it went through. He's on a finish. Bunting, though, now looking to set it up. Needs a treble. Can't find it.
43. Dave, you require 140.
Confident start for Dave, though. Impressed so far.
Important to him to make an impact on this match at an early stage. Went the bull route, leaving himself on tops, and no finish, of course, for Bunting.
Yeah, it was nicely tidied up after that treble 5. Again, he had that little cushion, so the pressure wasn't on as much.
100.
So tops for first leg for Prince.
40.
Well, that missed by a distance. Adjustment required. Now across the board for the 10s.
20.
Well, might he be penalised for that? Bunting could hurt him here.
Yeah, we've gone treble 18, I think. 20 for tops. First leg.
Yes,
He's been doing that for the last year or so. Never in a doubt, I don't think. Never in doubt.
Good finish, and Bunting into the match straight off. Red hot favourites for this first of 4 sets, and he takes the first leg. Always plays with that semi-smile on his face. Happy-go-lucky guy.
There's such a funny story with that picture there. He tells a joke about the tortoise and the... I forget what.
Tortoise and the hare?
No, it wasn't the hare. It's the what's the other one? I can't remember. Nobody tells that story like he does, and it's because of his facial features. He's so funny. But he's got his game face on today, though, by the looks of it.
Yeah, he started nicely.
100.
It was the tortoise and the turtle, by the way, I've just remembered.
I was going to say, it was losing a bit in the telling, Tony. But
I got there in the end. Unlike yesterday, I didn't even get to the beginning yesterday, to be honest.
no, I wasn't going to ask you about yesterday.
No,
I thought we'd leave that sort of shrouded in the mists of time. Both in. 140 for Bunting. Leaves himself on a finish.
Yeah, we've already seen that big 167, so Steve will be chasing that. There's only one above that, obviously, the 170. Big cash prize this year as well.
Took the opening leg against the darts. Now, what about this? Oh, unlucky. Just the wrong side of the wire, but nicely set up, and Prinz way back.
Playing percentages, a big cushion there. 275's Davies still on. Only halfway through the leg, so he had plenty of time there. Sensible professional darts from Stevie.
180.
First maximum of the match. Going to Dave Prinz, but Bunting now can finish it off with double 8. Double 4 now. Oh, beautifully done. Oh, he looks so solid, Tony, so solid.
He's in the mood. Obviously, I've said it twice already, but the confidence he's got from his form the last year or so, he just feels he's going to do this every single match he plays, and to be honest, that's exactly what he has been doing.
Looking for another maximum, and that's his second already. But what he needs is a leg. That's the statistic that matters.
140.
Got the impression, speaking to Bunting beforehand, I know averages don't really count a huge amount, but I think he'd love to come out of this match with 100+ average behind him and just make a little statement to everybody else. Yeah, I'm the man here.
Obviously, he's the number one, he's the favourite. Favourites are expected to pull out the big averages and the big victories. At the Zadadam Masters before Christmas, he was on the receiving end of a 5 or a 6-1 defeat by Jamie Wilson, who played fantastic. That still hurts Stevie, I know it does, and like you say, he's going to be out to prove a point.
Wilson in action later on in today's matches, and Prinz going for another maximum. Oh yes, that's his third already. With the darts now, surely he's going to get on the score sheet this time.
Well, he's throwing 112 average at the moment and 2-0 down, so he's doing nothing wrong.
55. David require 41.
So 41 required for double 16. Slight adjustment and perfection. So he gets the leg, but now that was with the darts, so effectively now Bunting can serve out the first set.
Yeah, the way he's played, it's going to be difficult to break, but as I was saying, he's done nothing wrong, Dave, there. Great average so far. But he needs to string them 180s together in this leg.
43.
Slightly more prosaic visit that time from Bunting. 95 going on 96 his average, but look at those numbers from Prinz. But Bunting, well, importantly, he's been the guy who's been checking out.
100.
Yeah, as Bobby says, it's doubles for dough. That's what makes the difference.
One of the oldest of cliches, but 1 out of 5, 20%. That doesn't normally equate to victory. 67%, you wouldn't often see that being beat.
Exactly. Anything above 40 is a good average. Everything.
Interestingly, Bunting's record in the
45.
Lakeside hasn't been quite what you'd expect for a player of his standard. Got to the quarterfinals in 2011, lost to Dean Winstanley, but he'd love to have this title, wouldn't he?
94.
To be honest, it's the only one not on his CV at the moment. He seems to have won everything this year.
As you were hearing beforehand from our Master of Ceremonies, marvellous little Richard, he was saying eight BDO
60.
ranking events in one calendar year through 2013. That is some statistic.
I honestly don't know what the record is. I had 6 one year and I thought I was the bee's knees.
100.
He's got 8 and he's the world number 1. He's playing fantastic darts. All them wins give you so much confidence as well. You feel you're unbeatable.
100.
So comes back now with a potential 124 checkout, and he's got 6 darts in which to do it because Prin's back on 196.
Again, he's playing the percentages,
92.
clever darts.
Come back with double 16 required. All Prin's can hope to do is put a little bit of pressure on. And he doesn't do it with darts like that.
40. Stephen, you require 32.
So this is for the first set.
Yes, nice game shot.
Impressive.
Stephen
Very
Bunting.
impressive. 3
Second set,
successful
first leg. It's Stephen to
double
throw
attempts
first.
out of 5.
Game on.
And now ahead 1-0.
That was actually a break as well. Steve's got the off here. He's got that little lead now, and he'll just look to defend all his games here. He starts in 1-3-5.
80.
He just holds his throw, and that's 2 sets up. He'll be confident start from Bullet.
'83.
He won't actually shake, Dave, though. He's a very quiet character. He doesn't scream and shout when he's playing well.
Close up of the
134.
throwing action of Stephen Bunting that's serving him so well, and already he's ahead in this set.
'24.
I'm saying there what a good year Bullet's had on the steel tip. He's actually had a fantastic year on the soft tip tour as well.
I was hearing
100.
his manager John was telling me that they'd been around the world a bit, having a go at that and doing pretty well.
Yeah, Vegas, Shanghai, China, Hong Kong, France.
Useful air miles.
137.
I think he was actually the favourite for the World Championships, which were in Hong Kong recently, but I think he got beat in the quarters.
Oh, this is quality throwing.
171.
Superb. 3 treble 19s, leaving him on double 8.
That's
an impressive first 2 from Prince, but
16.
surely a little bit too late. Bunting for the first leg of this
Yes, nice
set.
game shot. On the first leg.
Double
Stephen
conversion
Bunting.
is just so
Second leg
impressive.
save to throw first. Game on.
Four out of 6, continuing that
96.
wonderful 67% checkout rate. And here, putting his man under pressure once again.
180.
First maximum of the match for Bunting. Dare we whisper the 9-darter? How this
125.
afternoon crowd at the Lakeside would love that. They'll be going stratospheric. No, not now.
140.
A mere 140. Have to settle for the 10-darter.
It only wins one leg, whatever way you do it. That's all he's concentrating on.
Look at the way in which his power darts now are starting to rack up that average.
140.
By any standards, 104 is brilliant.
Davies 98 is not too shabby neither, to be honest.
97. Davey require 140.
140. Got to hit the treble 20s. He'll go for another.
100.
So Bunting back for 84. Talk us through this.
Well, the way he's been finishing, you fancy he'll get this. He's up the top 20s first. Double 12. And that's another break.
Game shot.
Wow.
Second leg. Stephen Bunting.
Such certainty.
Third leg, it's Stephen to
Wanting to make a
first.
statement to the
Game
rest.
on.
He's certainly doing so.
Yeah, he's in total command. But again, Dave's not doing a hell of a lot wrong, to be honest.
137.
Dave Prinz throwing some quality darts, but being swept away by a performance of brilliance at the moment from Bunting. Long way to go, though.
100.
Checkout rate extraordinary. Oh, managed to
100.
thread through with that last dart. He didn't have a lot to aim at there.
Mind you, the darts are only about 14 grams. Probably the lightest darts in the tournament.
60.
That really is light. Dennis Priestley used to throw feather-light darts, didn't he?
About 14 grams again, yeah.
There they are.
50.
They're the little projectiles that are doing the damage right now. Good switch. And another.
134.
Beautiful cover shots. Keeping upside Bunting, but need Bunting to just quake somewhere. Just not a glimmer of opportunity for Prinz while he's throwing like that.
Another fantastic shot there to leave a two-dart finish. But almost every leg he's put in a big score to leave that finish.
81.
When Dave's thrown some great darts in the leg as well.
68.
Hitting him when it hurts. 68 then. Oh, great darts. Superb dart. Double four. Minor adjustment required. And that, again, absolutely clinical.
Stephen Bunting.
Quality.
Third set, first leg. It's Dave to throw first. Game on.
Poor Dave must be wondering what he's got to do here. I mean, it's not rocket science. I mean, he's finishing there. He's up around 70 at the moment. That's fantastic.
Bunting already
140.
2 sets up. Oh, wonderful again.
Performance of the tournament by a mile. But I've seen him at close hand this year. There's plenty more in the tank yet. He can play better than this.
60.
Averaging at this stage 106.5, Stephen Bunting. By any stretch of the imagination, you know who's been around for a few years would be looking at that and thinking, yeah, that's handy.
I think I've been playing 30 years. I've only averaged higher than that once in my life, so I'm pretty impressed with him.
100.
Anastasia Dobromyslova, watching from one of the players' vantage points, one of the favourites for the women's title.
121.
Known almost universally around the darting world as Anastasia. People don't usually get stuck into the surname.
Well, we call her Anna. She plays for my county, so it's just Anna.
100. Stephen, you require 150.
So 115 to go ahead again in this third set. No finish, but he can just set it up. Oh, that's a loose one.
42.
And that's the first time in the match he's let David with a chance of a finish. He'll be up 20s first. Treble 19 probably now. He's having a think. Wants 81.
He went for 15s and got the treble 2, which was not what was required. So Bunting then, that's an opportunity that's gone begging. So 73 he wants. 14 for tops.
Yeah,
Doesn't really matter which double he's hitting them all.
Stephen Bunting. Second leg, it's Stephen to throw first.
Just
Game
like
on.
that. Shelling peas, 7 out of 10. Producing such solid darts with the throw.
$77.
Right up alongside some of the best performances ever produced in the Lakeside if he continues at this sort of level.
140.
He's pretty close to the record as we stand at the moment. Yeah? 104 at the moment.
As those formidable
100.
averages. Prince, well, he's been walloped at the moment with an average of over 96. Many's the time that'd be winning you a match.
140.
It's a nice finish for Bullet, this one.
100.
2 treble 20s, double
Stephen,
8.
you require 136.
Well, you give fairly short odds on him doing it the way he's throwing. That's one of them. That's 2 of them. Oh,
120.
I thought that was going.
I think that's the first time he's missed double 8. He loves that side of the board.
Bunting then will be coming back.
85.
Double 8 required to
Stephen,
make
you
it 2
require
legs to 0.
16.
Throwing with the darts here. Oh, surely now.
Yes, that's game shot. On the second leg.
Precision.
Stephen Bunting. Third leg, it's Dave to throw first. Game on.
Prince up against it to stay in this third set now.
The form Bullet's in, especially on his start, he's won every single leg he's started. Now he's got the breaks. Carries on playing. It's
80.
unfortunately for Dave, it looks like it's going to be a 4-0.
You only need to be getting hundreds, don't you, to be, I say only hundreds, but if you're getting hundreds, the other guy's got to be getting 12 darters to beat it, and he's throwing better than that.
140.
As you said, he'd probably win any other match.
On the receiving end of this sort of thing, I wonder what sort of thoughts are going through Dave Prince's mind. He's been out there practicing for hours and just trying to keep it together
50s.
now and hope for just a glimmer of an opportunity.
Well, Steve's not really letting him in any leg, to be honest. He shouldn't beat himself up though. He's played really well.
55.
He's put the hours in practice, and I spoke to him earlier and he looked really confident.
Only 28 years old, Stephen Bunting.
95.
He seems to have been around forever though.
Yeah, he made his debut, what, nine years ago. He beat Vincent van der Voort then, you know. First time in, it's not a bad scalp, that one.
97.
And then got Ted Hanked in the next round.
Well, we've all been there. But it's his turn now. He's the daddy
60.
at the moment.
Desperately needs a treble. Got to get one now, surely. He's switching. Oh, he's got it. That's a good last start.
Stephen, you require 148.
Well,
Dave, you require
clearly,
112.
in the context of the match, this is a huge visit here for Prince. If he can take this one out, great first start. Tops now for the leg.
72.
Oh dear, missed it by a distance.
Stephen, you require 88.
That was made more difficult because he's not really had many chances, and when they come along, essentially you get them.
Bullseye for the set.
63. Dave, you require 40.
Set slipping by so quickly. Looking for his second leg of the match. That's not a bad marker. Oh, tens now.
30.
Oh dear, it's just not happening for him.
Stephen, you require 25.
The match as it is, he simply has to get those.
We're back to his old favourite double eight here.
Yeah, chance
It's a
game
set
shot.
winner.
It's on the third set.
Come on, he
Stephen
says, that's
Bunting.
another set. 3-0, only one more required. Check out
Fourth set,
rate.
first leg.
Well, it's not
Stephen
quite what it was.
to Rupert.
56%
Game
now,
on.
9 out of 16, but he's 3 sets up.
$60. $60. $60.
Well, Prince just needs a little bit of magic here because Bunting maybe has just perhaps taken his foot off the gas a little. Not intentionally,
78.
but when you're 3-0 up, I guess you can relax just a little bit.
Unfortunately for Dave, it looks like Dave's done exactly the same thing at the same time.
140.
Maximum number 4 for Prince. Can he close it out now, though?
58.
It's not a good visit from Bunting, so Prince has 6 darts from here.
And that's a great start.
87.
Well, you could almost put your money on this happening.
159.
Perfect darts.
What a terrific last dart, Tony. Went across and got treble 13 and there for the double 12. A must get now for Prince. Treble leaves double 8. No, it's not to be, so Bunting back
56.
with double 12 required now
24.
with the darts to take the edge in this first set. The opening
Yeah,
leg,
chance game shot. On the first leg. Stephen Bunting.
you miss
7
those
legs,
chances,
game
and he
to
had a
Rupert.
chance there, he knows
Game
it.
on.
You miss those chances, and it ain't going to happen.
Still not lost a leg on his start. Totally in control, and
43.
he's looking good as Stevie.
6 out of 6 he's had with the darts. Look at that.
96.
But when Stevie's been getting down to around the 200,
100.
that shot to leave his finishing is just special. Every score leaves him a double or a 2-darter. So he's confident once he gets down to around there.
100.
Nothing whatsoever in Bunting's performance so far to suggest that he is not a justifiable favourite. He's the man to beat. Well, he's hitting these maximums. That's his 5th. Bunting with just a couple.
$95.
Now, no check out for Prince. This is where he needs to set it up.
$84.
Now, this is where Bunting has been exceptional with this visit to set it up.
$140.
He's done it again.
Not bad. Well called.
Well called.
Treble 20 would leave double 8 for Prince.
Surprised he didn't go for the bull there, really.
54.
Well, he'll have time to think about that one
Stephen, you
if Bunting
require
now
70.
checks this one out. 70 is what he requires. Double 8 now. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Josh Game Show,
superb.
it's on the
Back to his
second
old
leg.
thing.
Stephen Bunting. Third
11
leg is
doubles
Stephen
out
to
of 18.
throw first. Game on.
Superb.
Stats like that win your tournaments and majors.
Bunting now stands one leg
140.
away from a place in the next round. The one big title that he's yet to take.
81.
And he has been mighty impressive here this afternoon. Averaging over 100 or thereabouts.
100.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Oh, there we go. 100.21. I thought it was thereabouts. I keep these statistics in my head, you understand.
41. 41.
Oh, it's a loose 3 from Bunting, but he's got time.
I think we'll allow him. Big deflection with that last dart. Doesn't put the pressure on.
Would the O'Shea millions be going on to Bunting to take this title?
Millions of yen.
Look at this.
Perfect.
Quite brilliant, quite brilliant. Just what Tony O'Shea was saying about the visit which he makes to set up the finish right the way through this match. Bunting has been doing it absolute par excellence,
43.
and now he will return with tops required for the match. And that absolutely sums it up. His finishing has been brilliant. Stephen Bunting has annihilated Dave Prinz, who hasn't thrown too badly himself, but he's taken it by 4 sets to 0. His average over 100, his checkout rate 63%. And by any reckoning, absolutely world class from Bunting. If he keeps on like that, it is going to take an exceptional performance from somebody to deny him the world title.
Ladies and gentlemen, show your appreciation for the Badger, Dave Prinz. And the bullet is on target. He's in the quarterfinals. Stephen Bunting.